Well, kiddo, let me tell you about something called HOAs. HOA stands for Homeowners Association, which is like a group of people who take care of a neighborhood or a building where a bunch of houses or apartments are. They have rules to make sure everything looks nice and stays in order. Now, let's imagine I'm one of the board members of the Homeowners Associate, which I am, and I loves following rules a little too much. One way HOAs can make money is by finding issues with the homeowner, giving out ticketing, and demanding fines. You know how your mom or dad sometimes tell you not to do certain things? Well, HOAs have rules like that too. If someone breaks those rules, like painting their house a crazy color or, heaven forbid, leaving their trash cans outside for too long, the HOA can give them a fine. Now, here's the funny part. Imagine I'm a board member, which I am the president, and I love giving out fines. Let's say there's a rule that states people can't have pink flamingos in their yards. Silly, right? But that's the rule, and those things are ugly. So, one day I see Mr. Johnson with a big pink flamingo in his yard, and I go all Karen on him. I'll tell him, "Mr. Johnson, you're breaking the rules. You have to pay a fine." And guess what? Mr. Johnson has to pay real money to the HOA because of that silly flamingo. And if he doesn't remove the ghastly bird from his lawn, he'll have to give us more money. When, I'm sorry, if lots of people in the neighborhood break the rules, the HOA can make a lot more money from all those fines. It's like we've hit the jackpot. But remember, we're just pretending. And it's important to be fair and nice to people in real life, okay? Just because I'm Karen doesn't mean you have to be. When new houses are built, it's like a big adventure. Imagine a group of developers who are like superheroes of construction. They buy a huge chunk of land and then divide it up into lots of properties, almost like a puzzle. But here's the funny part. The local government wants the developers to take care of important things like building and maintaining roads, utilities, and other cool stuff. They don't want to use their own money for it, you see. So they make a special deal with the developers. It's like a secret agreement. Shh. They tell the developers, "Hey, we'll let you build these awesome houses, but you have to promise to take care of all these things forever and ever." That's a big responsibility. To help them manage everything, the developers create something called a Homeowners Association, or HOA for short. It's like a club where all the people who live in those houses become members. They have special rules and things they have to follow. Why do the developers want an HOA, you ask? Well, they're a bit like superheroes protecting their new houses from bad stuff. They don't want someone to buy a house and then turn the front yard into a parking lot for burned-out cars. That would be really silly and make the houses less valuable. So the HOA helps keep everything nice and fancy while they're still selling the houses. Here's the funny twist. When you buy a house, you have to join the HOA. It's like a secret club membership that comes with the house. And when you sell the house to someone else, they have to join the club too. It's a rule that's written into a special paper called the deed, just like a magic spell. The next time you see new houses popping up, remember the secret adventure of developers, the superhero HOA, and how they all work together to make sure everything stays awesome in the neighborhood. That's why HOAs exist, and how HOAs can create their own salary from fines. They make sure everyone follows the rules, and if someone breaks them, they have to pay up. It's like a game of following rules and consequences, just like when you play games with your friends and there are rules you have to follow. Remember, it's all for fun. And in real life, it's important to be kind and understanding to others. Now, excuse me. A little birdie told me Mr. Johnson may have some new lawn ornaments he's put out.